That was really weird. Go to
Traditional.
sleep.
Yeah, one of them locked themselves in the room.
Joe Rogan, you need to talk about me on your podcast.
Donut operator.
Donut.
Satan man himself.
The VIP shows are sold out now.
Actually, Donut, we just opened up 50 more seats for each location if you want to do a meet and greet in VIP with all of us. And even Jack's going to be on each one now.
I will be the bartender. I will be in a tuxedo. I'll be serving the boys. I'll be the personal bartender to the talent.
There was going to be a sign next to his like Venmo Cash App thing where you could tip him that said, the more you tip me, the stiffer their drinks are. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
San Antonio, Austin, Houston, and Dallas. The 17th, the 21st, 23rd, 24th. The San Antonio Laugh Out Loud Comedy Club.
The Bad Astronaut in Houston.
The Vulcan Gas Company, Austin, Texas.
Grenada in Dallas.
If you want to hang out, check us out, have a good time. We have the VIP meet and greets. Those are 100 seats per individual. And then you can go purchase tickets outside. It's going to be a fantastic time.
Oh, and I just performed at the Vulcan the other day. You could smoke in the green room there. It's so awesome.
Cheers.
My face
just
gonna start
weathered.
thickening. Like,
When
what
you
the
start
fuck?
doing TRT.
Grow
When
a
you
fucking
stop
beard.
driving a Prius.
Hey,
Seriously, yeah.
dude.
He actually drives. You know he actually drives a Prius, right? That's not even a joke.
I know.
Yo, don't talk about the fuck shack, okay?
I'm fuel efficient.
Dirty
as
Mike
shit.
and the boys.
You're like, I get 50 miles a
Yeah.
gallon on this bitch. What'd you do?
I don't know.
Bro, you need a kiss?
Bleeding somehow. These gun tubers have
Kiss
taken
his boo-boo,
advantage of me.
make it better.
I know. Just kiss his boob.
You guys drew first blood.
I'm good.
Now
yeah.
I have
good?
AIDS, or you have AIDS.
The kisses are for the outside
I've been
boo-boos
watching you guys shit
and
since
the inside
Isaiah went on.
boo-boos.
You're like, you're just kissing my pee-pee. Yes.
Try some of.
Did you have to use tongue?
I smelled it. Try some of Tom's drink, Brandon.
This is okay.
I hooked him up.
Tell me how much Coke is in this.
Hooked him up.
Give the man more.
Oh man,
That's good,
That's
right?
like the hot bartender wants to sleep with you kind of drink.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Unsubscribed podcast. I'm joined today by Eli Double Tap, Brandon Buckingham, Brandon Herrera, and Mr. Turkey Tom, my favorite.
person.
Person of interest.
Oh, I'm here too, by the way.
And Mr. Cody, donut operator. Hi, boys. We're
Shit.
excited to have you. This came together really fast.
Hell yeah.
Bro, we haven't filmed in
I came
a
really
month.
A month.
We stacked up like, what, 6 or something podcasts for you guys?
Because between Range Day and SHOT Show, we're just like, all right, we're gonna be sitting there. Let's do 3 podcasts per event.
Admin's
So-
episode we filmed in like October or September.
Dude, I was fatter significantly back then. I just look back, I'm like, damn, I let myself go a bit.
Is that reality check? You're like, fuck, I need to work out way harder right now.
I'm still worried about my autism from the AJ Wilkerson episode. I'm like, I need to watch my hands so I don't stim in public.
Welcome, boys. It's great to have you both. You guys are fucking highly talented and young as shit. Well, you're older than Brandon. You
By 3
are
months, it's, you know.
3
big
months.
dog.
Okay. And then 21, just crushing life, right? You're just 21,
21?
Yeah, I'm 21.
He's
Christ, dude.
He's winning.
Yeah.
Thank you, I
We
appreciate it.
established you were with 3. Wait, what year were you born?
2002.
You were.
I wasn't alive for 9/11. Yeah.
That's where I was going.
Right.
Yeah. Wow.
So I mean, to me, it didn't even happen.
Yeah. So, like, you
Never
weren't-
heard of her. Yeah.
You weren't
Don't
there.
remember.
Forget what?
Never forget. I don't remember.
Patriot actor. I never heard of her.
He wasn't there when the world stopped turning that September day.
No.
Yeah.
He was in daddy's balls, just chilling.
Maybe I'm trying to think. 8 months before August 2002 was December or January 2002.
Yeah, you weren't even in the womb.
So I wasn't even fucking conceived.
No.
My dad wasn't fucking.
Yet.
Shout out
Way
dad.
to fucking call out your dad, damn.
I mean, he might have been
OG.
fucking. He might have been fucking.
My dad was still a virgin nerd back then, dude.
Based. My dad was doing business deals on Phone Grave. He's standing on business this year. My boy Brandon Herrera standing on business this year. He's selling AKs out the wazoo.
Brandon Herrera.
Brandon Herrera, donkey dick eating extraordinaire of San Antonio, Texas.
So is this what you guys were doing last
Yeah.
night? You were coming up with this?
We tried to do a haunted video, and we went to
Donkey
Donkey Lady Bridge or something.
Donkey
It was
Bridge.
supposed to be scary.
You went there?
Yeah.
Okay, so the story is Wendigo and explain for us.
She lives on the 5th Street.
She can't stop eating
What?
donkey.
Never been to Donkey Bridge?
So
All my homies know Donkey Bridge.
The story.
Actual name. Go on.
The story is that like sometime in the 1800s there was some, mamacita from San Antonio, and she had a donkey, and one way or another she got in an altercation with the town, and the town killed the donkey. So she threw herself off of the bridge, and okay, this is the funniest thing. Isaiah's saying this as if it's like a creepy thing. She fused with the donkey in the afterlife, and now if you go out there, you can hear the donkey braying. If you turn off the car for 60 seconds, you hear in the middle of the night.
Wait,
So
So this is like Texas Hispanic version of Catherine the Great.
yes.
This is the worst cryptid ever. What? Just a donkey lady comes out
Yes.
and oars at you.
Think about the hooves.
Yeah, it's not Wendigo. It's like Donkey Cooch.
Yeah, yeah. You have like a Wendigo. You have all these terrifying.
Is it like a
creatures.
centaur, or it's like
That's
top
what-
half is Mexican
I was
chick and like
asking
bottom half is
Wendigoon about
donkey?
it. I was like, don't you think that like it's kind of not that scary that it's like a donkey of all animals? And he's like, well, it's more like the amalgamation of it together. And I'm just thinking like, so is like the donkey have like a girl or like a donkey pussy?
Big juicy donkey.
And so it evolved into us sitting in our car.
The front half is a donkey. The front legs. The back is her.
The back is-
Mexican booty.
Exactly. So
One of them big old women in San Antonio. That Charles Barker.
Or it's
Barkley.
the opposite, where it's just the rear half is the donkey and the front's just a Mexican.
Either way, that's
lady
some
on
big
it.
old lips on both.
So we're in the car just trying to make it funny, and then I start getting into some monologue where I'm just speaking in. There's this YouTuber in MySpace that got exposed recently named Mama Max, and he would try to get people's attention by being like, "Joe Rogan, you need to talk about the YouTube."
Pick a side, Joe Rogan.
Pick a side, Joe Rogan.
This dude literally called out, like Charlie called out a whole bunch of people, and it,
Yes.
and
Yeah,
it
yeah, I did see that.
Okay, he raised money on a Patreon and a bunch of other shit for hunting. Like he was like, "We're crushing this. These are real life stories, all this stuff," and that's why you raised money to stop. Everyone can get behind. All fucking fake. It came out. He's like,
Basically,
these are
yeah.
actually stories. I just made them up.
He was his plot was he would mix real stories with like a Hotline Miami. So he would be like, I'm gonna kill the in Hotline Miami. And so he would always do this deep voice he would put on where he'd be like, Joe Rogan, you need to talk about me on your podcast, Moist Critical. And so I started just going into the voice, and I was like, Brendan Herrera's donkey dick needs to acknowledge Donkey Lady Bridge.
With donut operator.
Donut operator will be operating the donkey late into the night with the AK guy.
I thought you were fucking around with I thought you were doing a Joey Diaz at first. Like, all right, listen here, Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan, I'm gonna need you to get this donkey out from behind. From the front, from the back. I had the donkey's monkey out.
No, but we were just trying to like make ourselves laugh because like we literally didn't see fucking anything. We got there to the bridge.
Oh, he brought you to the bridge.
He brought us to the bridge.
I thought he was just telling the story.
No, it's a real.
What the fuck? I've never heard of this in my life.
I haven't either.
Donkey Bridge is a real thing.
All right.
Okay.
There is donkey there.
Wendigoon brought you there?
Wendigoon brought us there. He made us go there at gunpoint.
This is going to become a new mecca for unsubscribe viewers. They're just going to take selfies at Donkey Bridge.
That's why I wanted my
Please
gun.
do.
Exactly.
Okay.
To stop the Mexican lady.
He asked me for
Donkey,
he asked me for a
Mexican.
shotgun loaded with salt, so that explains it.
Dude, she'd be really good at yard work.
because of the half donkey part, right?
silence and then you hear.
I
She
guess.
just loads up the back.
Well, she
you
she
consider
comes
your-
after you with fucking chonkless, just hitting you with them.
Donkey chonkless.
And then after she does a good job with your lawn, you fucking donkey cunnilingus. No.
That's all she says. No, you leave Donkey Bridge.
Are you?
No.
Are you in the room with us now?
So I'm guessing nothing happened.
No.
I mean, we did engage in late night donkey eating, I would say.
This was at like 4 a.m, mind you. Last night, like me, Tom, and
Prime demon hours.
yeah, me, Tom, and Isaiah fucking talking about donkey in the back of our car on the road.
But it was being mixed with like we've been together for a week, just like accumulating retarded jokes. And so we've been like, our Airbnb is off of a road called Babcock Road.
babbing on my shit.
So our new thing is she babbing on my shit. She babbing on my shit up and down, bro. So
go
with
to
the donkey,
Babcock.
you were like, she babbing on my donkey dick with her donkey with Joe Rogan and Brandon Herrera.
Big flappy donkey.
Donut operator operated her.
This is
donkey
reminding me
labia.
of Ram Ranch.
Yeah, it's that kind of
18
thing.
naked cowboys in the showers of Ram Ranch. This might actually go down as the most autistic episode of Unsubscribe so far. We had fucking AJ Wilkerson on.
And he's autistic.
I'd love to have him back on. That'd
He's
be fun.
coming.
Yeah?
Yeah. Next month we have him slotted for a date.
Oh, fuck yeah. No, that's awesome. I miss
Already
him.
done. That is our favorite.
He's a good boy.
And his podcast is crushing right now. We have AJ
Tard
Wilkerson.
Pod.
He's a comedian.
Called that?
Yeah, he's tardpod.com, I think is what it's
One
called.
Tard Nation.
What in Tard Nation, I think, yeah.
We can get way more autistic. Have you guys heard of Skibbity Toilet?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You've heard of it?
My son, my 14-year-old watches the shit out of that.
He seems cool.
Wait, he
seems
like
a good
actively
guy.
watches?
He doesn't. What?
Actively watches it? Like
Every
No,
day.
he showed me what Skibbity
Oh.
Toilet was.
the way you said it was like Netflix for him.
No,
Like,
he doesn't sit there.
Hard
and
day's
actively
work
watch
and just
this.
pull up Skibbity Toilet.
Yeah.
Does he know about Baby Gronk?
Oh no, I've seen him though.
You've seen Baby Gronk?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
On like
Baby,
Instagram.
Baby Gronk messaged me on Instagram asking me to retweet his tweet the other day. I don't know if he even knew who I was. He was like, "Hey Tom, can you retweet this thing?" And I was like, "You fucking know me, Baby Gronk?
he's
the
like
most
9.
famous 9-year-old of all time."
I don't even
Do you know Baby
his-
Gronk, Brandon?
Is it like the Gronkowski, like his son?
It's not
Or,
really his son.
like-
It's like it's sort of like a spiritual successor. He's like a 9-year-old who
Okay.
plays football.
I've heard the name Baby Gronk a shitload. I'd never seen the memes or.
Okay, now that you're back, important conversation. So Baby Gronk is a 9-year-old who plays football, and he rizzed up a cheerleader from LSU named Livy Dunn. Now Livy's a very pretty 20-year-old cheerleader or something, and they say that
Wait,
Baby
a 9-year-old?
He's 9 years old, and they say that Baby Gronk rizzed up Livy Dunn.
Man, I'm glad those
nepotism.
ages aren't reversed. But anyway,
Yeah,
go
people
on.
won't have a problem with that. Anyway, so he rizzed her
It's a
up.
bit of a problem.
But there's also someone called the Drip King, who's the king of drip. He's another young man who's been trying to rizz up Livy Dunn. So some people will say that Drip King stole Baby Gronk's riz and used
They're
it
both
on
going
Livy
after
Dunn.
the same cheerleader.
They're both going over the same very pretty cheerleader.
And they're
yes.
both like 9 years old.
I think Drip King is like 12, so he's got kind of an edge.
Oh damn! Yeah,
Isn't it
they
cool
do
Tom
like those
knows all
older
about
guys.
They do.
Well, I mean,
Tom
he's
definitely is 21.
He's in between. I was gonna say he's in between the age groups. So like,
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm so confused right now about all of this.
Okay, so we're gonna bring it back. So
A 12-year-old just being called Drip King? That dude's getting when he hits high school.
have you heard of the state of Ohio? You familiar with Ohio?
Yeah,
I
I know the
am
state.
aware of Ohio.
So,
yes.
so
one of
Ohio
the
is where you
50.
go to get Riz. Riz is charisma. Riz.
Yeah.
And that's how you like get a girl.
We have
I
Riz as
never-
something else here in this podcast. Rhythm with
Rhythm
the
with the tism.
So I know you guys are all struggling to get women, obviously, you know. So
Clearly,
I'm
yes.
suggesting that you fly into Ohio, you get some charisma, and then you talk to Baby Gronk about how to Riz up Livy Dunn, and that will transfer into the rest of your life.
So what's sad is I never knew that's where Riz came from too. You said it just now, charisma.
Charisma.
I never.
Yeah, you're not the only one.
Please
bud.
tell me I'm not the only fucking
You're
person.
no, I'm with you.
Our audience right now is like, what are these young whippersnappers talking
They're being
about?
educated.
I'm right on the border of like Gen Z. Like I get some of the humor, but I'm not part of you. I don't.
You're not one of us.
I'm not one of you. I
I'm
can
not
kind of
associated
pretend.
with Gen Z,
I do not associate with Gen Z.
with Zoomers.
Jesus.
Right now, Brandon, you have an amazing thing happening in the Twitter sphere.
Oh, my cancellation.
The dude picked the
It's over for
worst
you.
topic.
Oh my God, yeah. So yeah, I'm now being canceled because I always joked months ago that I can't wait to run for office because I'm going to find out so much about myself that I didn't know. Now apparently I hate veterans and I want them to sewer slide. Yeah, didn't know that. Yeah, because of a joke I didn't make, a joke I was joking about not making because I said it was too far
During
at a
what?
table full of veterans during a veteran sewer slide prevention conference I spoke at earlier that day, hours prior.
You definitely hate the veterans.
Clearly.
This is probably the most we'll get into politics on this podcast. But your opponent fucked up so hard on that post, and then doubling down. It's like a person, a vile scum like this needs to burn in hell. And you're like,
Yeah, he said I need to burn in hell. People like me who make fun of veterans and shoot up churches. Like, hold on, what the fuck?
No, it was funny when you made the joke. We had just come from the panel where we were talking about veteran and how to prevent it. And then you had a Purple Heart veteran to your left, and then you had me and Nick to your right.
I'm at a table full of veterans. And
Yeah.
and the funny part is one of the things that we talked about a lot during that panel is this stuff like Unsubscribe, stuff, dark humor. stuff like that is one of the last things. Like the military's failed veterans, the VA's failed veterans, politicians have failed veterans. The last thing they have to rely on is dark humor. You want to take that from them? Fuck you. You're the problem.
Go on
gallows
with that
humor.
one. If everyone is laughing at the joke and you are the one, it's oh god, how they framed it, and the community notes coming in and just fucking slapping him really hard. It's like, this was actually taken out of context.
Yeah.
You don't look good, bro.
We better do 23 push-ups for whoever his social media manager is.
Yeah. one extra push up, dude.
I feel like what Twitter is made for is just assertively saying something wrong so confidently, and then just getting
People are really
destroyed
good
by
at
the
it.
community notes. People are amazing at it.
It's kind of fun. That's why Twitter is like, especially after Elon took over, it's become one of my favorite social media platforms.
Yeah, because everybody's just like more retarded.
Yeah, pretty much.
And they're confidently retarded, which I love.
I just
love
call it
people
the
walking into a
bully
room and saying something like demonstrably untrue.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome.
Yeah, especially since the introduction of community notes. Oh my god, community notes are awesome.
Those are my favorite now.
They are savage. Twitter is the bully fear. Like it's this place where I like open the door. I'm like, what's Cody doing? Okay, he's calling that person a retard. That's cool. There's Brandon. He's also doing the same thing. I like it.
It's the
Over here, we've got some gay porn.
Oh, there's just death videos.
yeah, it's mostly just like fucking snuff films. But you're just like the fucking like old black lady meme. It's like, what's going on in here? Oh, loud! Everything's on fire. Like,
I get on like once a week. I'm like, time to check in on the Twitter. And I see everything I've been tagged in. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Why am I growing on this platform I don't use?
you're
Thanks
welcome.
to you, beautiful. humans. I love it so much. Step into 2024 with confidence. Thanks to Manscaped, where revolutions are next. As the new year approaches, why not make your self-appearance a breeze by keeping your body well-groomed? Introducing the Manscaped Performance Package 5.0 Plus Premium Ultra. Razors, beard cream, brushes, cowboy hats, Ultra. The ultimate inclusive kit to help you feel clean-cut and confidence as you should. Featuring the Powerhouse Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra. This next-gen trimmer ensures precision and ease when tackling your toughest hairs. So kick off 2024 with the trim above the rest. And use code Unsub at manscaped.com and save yourself 20% off and free shipping. What are some of your resolutions this year? Mine is to trim the twig and berries, because a tree looks bigger when shrubs aren't around. What about you, Cody? What are you gonna do? I'm shaving my pubes. Audience, do you know what I love about Manscaped stuff? It's waterproof. Manscaped also threw in 2 free gifts for you. The Boxers 2.0 and the Shed 2.0 toiletry bag. Now, resolutions may come and go, but a well-groomed you is here to stay, thanks to Manscaped's latest and greatest. That's 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com with code UNSUB. Happy New Year's to your balls.
Brandon, what are you doing here, man?
We just came down to visit you guys, go to Demolition Rants. We're hanging with Wendigoon, filming some YouTube content.
Yeah.
Were you nice to my son?
Wendigoon?
Yeah, I believe so. We had a great time, dude. That guy he's a 10 out of 10 person.
He is.
Oh, yeah.
Wendigoon.
He's our boy.
That was my first time meeting him, and like he couldn't be any nicer.
Because we originally said no when you guys mentioned coming down here. We said no, we don't really like those fucking guys. And like, oh, Wendigoon's coming. Oh, okay, yeah, sure. You know,
Those guys are gay as fuck. They can't come to my fucking range, bro.
Yeah.
Verbatim.
Verbatim. That's what you said. That's what you texted me in Ebonics as well.
Exactly. I have a separate keyboard for that.
Yeah. You actually just sent me a voice memo. You deleted it after 1 second. You refused to type it out.
No, going on to, meeting Wendigoon, all that stuff. We'll get back to yours. Your content, your editing skills, but my favorite part is the stark contrast between each video. You have, hey, here is the people in the underground in LA, and then Vegas, and then then a month later, you're like, also, here's some fucking Harvard bros, and your persona completely changes on how you interview these people.
Like the homeless people in the tunnels and whatnot under Las Vegas.
And it's so serious. He does, you do such a fantastic job of presenting yourself. And when you're down there talking, communicating with them, and you're super respectful. And then how are those when you're like, hey, I'm putting on this face of, I'm going to be respectful. It's going to be less memes.
I guess there's just certain topics like drug addiction or homelessness where I'll just approach it very serious, knowing I'm doing a journalistic piece, And then other things I'm like, oh, I'm gonna fuck around, I'm gonna get drunk, I'm gonna, meme. So it's just like two different approaches to the videos.
Because I think you could do both. Like you could meme on certain things without making the person the victim.
Yeah, 100%. And I don't want to be pigeonholed with what I do.
Yeah.
I want to be able to do whatever I want, and I'm not just like a purely serious guy. So
Then it really comes across in your content. How long, like even doing something like the Vegas Underground, how long did that video take to shoot? How did you link up with those individuals?
So I had a general idea of where they were in Vegas, and then it took me a few hours one night to go scope it out and find it. And then I went and talked to them to just like establish a rapport of trust that I'm not trying to come and take advantage of them. Made sure they were cool with me coming. And then I came back the next day and spent like 6 hours with them. And they were telling me all these crazy stories about the hauntings of the tunnels under Vegas. So I went back at 3 a.m. and actually walked the entire distance from the Lynx to the Rio. It was fucking spooky.
I
as
wouldn't
shit.
do that even if I knew it wasn't haunted.
Yeah.
Was there anything?
wait.
Did you hear like that? It is Cody. This is all underground, and what's more crazy is
Drainage tunnel, right?
yes. And
pitch
what's
black.
do they when a flood or something happens or a rainstorm? People die. The homeless people will die like
Every
6
year.
at a time because it just water rushes in, drowns them, and it's miles before you actually get popped out at a golf course.
They call
I
it taking the
remember.
ride.
Taking the ride.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, is that where the ghosts come from then? The hauntings?
Yeah, there's that. And they also say that
And these ghosts keep asking to borrow my microwave.
Or change.
They want $5 at
money.
the gas station.
they claim there's like people in suits that like haunt that area, like FBI, CIA people that work with the casinos. I mean, I don't know how much of it is like, just homeless person's brain playing tricks on them and folklore and what's true. But
Well,
No, the
Vegas
guy in the
also-
suit was trying to just tell you to leave the property. He was a real person. He's not a ghost.
What's crazy is that the homeless people also, you have reasonable individuals. They're like, do something with your life. I was like, homeboys just telling people, it's like, hey, if you're in this situation, like, don't like follow a dream, but follow it. Don't become like this. And their biggest issue, which surprised me, was the ID problem. They just struggle getting an ID. All of them were like, I just want a fucking job, and I want to be able to get my identification. I can't do that. And that's what you were harping on the video. It was like, hey, they can't even do this.
So I actually followed up after I did that video with one of the nonprofits around there that helps them, and was trying to like see if I could help them get IDs. And it turns out that they make them pass a drug test to get IDs, at least that nonprofit, and they refuse to do that. So that was something that I learned. But yeah, there's like different subsects of homeless people, obviously. But I felt like all those people that I talked to that day were like people that were just downtrodden in life and just wanted to be as free as possible. So like they had options to like go live with their family, or they could go live in a homeless shelter, but they don't want to be told when to wake up, when to go to bed. They want to have ultimate freedom, so they choose to sleep in a sewer under Vegas.
Because one would think, like in first world country like the United States, like with all the programs we have, all the nonprofits we have, like homelessness is borderline a choice, where it's like between friends, family, government assistance.
People get upset if you
nonprofits,
say that,
churches.
right?
Yeah, no, because that's if you don't know anything, like that's a very like controversial statement. But like seriously, there's so many programs, there's so many people that are out there trying to help, but a lot of people genuinely they choose that life.
Mental health issues that stack.
Yeah.
And that's why a majority are veterans. And it's just mental health stacked with that. And then you have this compounding problem. And then that's just life. They're just homeless. Skid Row's a good example of that.
Yeah, well, I've been there as well. But people that don't interact with the homeless or understand the problem are just so delusional. Just like, but on both sides, you know what I mean. But it's really telling. We were in Maine, and it was like fucking 3 degrees out, and I went to a homeless encampment up there, and there were some people passing out toiletry bags, and they said that the entire homeless shelter is empty because no one wants to be told when
It's
to go to bed.
because if
and
they
when to
go
wake
there, they
up.
don't let them get high.
Yeah, they don't.
Yeah. In Maine, the homeless problem is weird, though, because where you normally film, you talk to homeless people, a lot of them are very willing to speak. In the Northeast, they don't want to fucking talk to you.
I
They
didn't
don't
get
want to
one
talk to
interview.
cameras at all. Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
I think they just don't want to be known. They're like embarrassed about it. They don't see it as a good thing. They don't want to be seen. They see it as like a momentary stint they want to be a part of. They don't want to be like, quote unquote, embarrassed on camera,
I mean, there's something to that, I'm sure.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if I was homeless, I wouldn't want to be in a branded Buckingham video, no offense.
And then you have others that are.
Don't worry, they're not
happy
going to
be
watch
Yeah,
this.
yeah. Some people want to be,
they might
have
be.
their story told and
On their
want to be
fucking
heard. But yeah,
giant
I don't
computer they have in their
blame you
tent.
if you don't want to be in a video. That's why I never walk up to homeless people like filming, like, "Hey, can I interview you?" I'm just like,
No, you're super respectful for it. And
in
then
their
like,
home,
and the Hawaii thing was fucking crazy. If you want to see in 3 years that gap for rent or average house cost?
Very telling.
$770,000 to $1.3 million.
1.15 million.
In 3 years, that's how much housing jumped.
Jesus.
Oahu.
I was like, God.
Yeah, Brandon and I were talking about this a little bit the other night. Like, what's the white people word?
Howley.
Yeah.
What does
That's
that
like
mean?
The N word for white people.
Yeah.
Does it like have like a honky? Does it have like a meaning? Cracker?
I'm not sure. It's just a derogatory
Howley?
term.
I'm gonna start calling my friends
Yeah,
Howley.
you fucking Howley.
Hey, what's up, Howley?
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Brad?
My dad spent a good bit of time.
Hard Y.
We gotta
You
take it
howling
back.
out here,
We gotta
boy?
take it back. Me and my Howleys.
We're taking it back.
Yeah, let's go.
My
Hard Y.
Howley, bitch.
Or EE. I don't even know how they spell that.
my dad, because of the military, spent a good bit of time growing up in Hawaii. And he's like, they fucking hate white people there. My dad's not even like 100% white. He's just like, dude, that's like, they do not like Americans, so to speak. Like
Yeah.
That.
Well, those stories that you were doing, it was crazy. If you watched that, there is an encampment where the homeless live, or you don't call them homeless, you call them houseless?
They call themselves houseless. I don't really do like the speech policing. If you get really upset that I say homeless, like I apologize, but
I've never
I'm gonna
heard
keep saying
houseless
it.
in my life.
I didn't until that video.
Isn't it the same fucking thing? Home house.
They're just being picky. Like, show us extra respect by saying exactly what we want you to say.
I actually resent that. It's not a Waffle House, it's a Waffle Home.
Waffle Home.
Yo, welcome to Waffle Home. We beat the shit out of you.
But it's
not
houseless.
my wife, it's my
It's
partner.
houseless this year, but it's in 2 years. It's gonna be some other fucking thing. Like, so yeah.
It's crazy because you had these individuals. You had like that one girl that was houseless for however long, went through high school, just didn't tell anyone. You have these stories of overcoming it. She's like, yeah, I'm houseless. And the rules to live in these little areas, like you can't steal. They have rules and like, hey, just follow these and you can stay here as long as possible. And all of them were like, yeah, they're super respectful. No one steals from us. Everyone gets along. Like, okay, they have something going in the right direction. And a majority they have full-time jobs.
Like 50% of them work full time.
They just can't afford fucking housing. They're like, yo, how much is like a condo there?
Fucking unbelievable. And if you look up the HOA prices,
Bro, dude, that's making me
it's
shit
crazy
myself.
as shit.
Cody, guess how much HOA, Brandon and Cody, guess how much HOA is in Hawaii? HOA, you know your monthly.
Yeah. Just like
Monthly?
HOA prices.
Yeah, how high do you think they can get?
Well, it depends on the community that you're living in.
Yeah.
Hawaii is,
Okay.
Like,
Is
is
this
your
a-
average
is this a
fucking
gated community
neighborhood?
or?
it will say a nice gated community.
Per month or per year?
Per month.
$500.
Yeah, I'll go with him.
$2,000.
Jesus
20
Christ.
24
Just for
grand a year.
HOA?
Yeah. And
Fuck you, Baltimore.
And very commonly, just for a condo
24
that is
grand a
not nice
year?
with no perks, 700, 800 a
How do
month.
they
Myself in
justify it?
Hawaii. Holy shit. Sorry.
I think a lot of them.
All right.
I think with
Jesus.
the weather, a lot of the
You're not
the
even a
properties are
veteran.
damaged.
I'll something else myself.
I'm going to
still
do
fucking do
push-ups
it.
for you, bro.
How do they justify it?
I believe I was told, if I remember correctly, that with like the weather and the aging of the building, there's like a lot of upkeep they have to do or some fucking bullshit. But
For 24 grand a year per tenant, tear it down.
Yeah.
Build another one.
it's really absurd.
That's wild.
So how do you survive out there if you are an uneducated person that doesn't have a high paying job?
Yeah, like if you're working in the service industry, like, you're a waiter or like a bartender or
You're
stuff
not
like that.
getting-
That's
you're-
wild.
You're fucked.
Fucking
have to
24.
leave.
You're spending $2,000 of your money. You're like, okay, HOA's paid this month. Wish I could get rent.
Yeah.
Damn, thank God I finally paid off my house. Fire.
Say you get a 400 square foot condo, costs $1,800 a month with a $700 HOA. You're screwed. I mean, so everyone's like, a lot of Native Hawaiians are leaving the area.
No shit.
Do you guys know about the Native American Micronesian racial beef that's going on?
This is good too.
It's fascinating.
No.
No.
So in the late 50s, America dropped like 57 nuclear bombs on Micronesia for testing purposes.
What's it called?
The Bikini Atoll, Bikini Bottom,
Yeah.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
There we go. We know
So we did,
nukes.
no, so I think we talked about this on the podcast before. The amount of nukes that have been dropped just in testing over the how many nukes do you? There's only been two nukes dropped ever in warfare.
Yeah.
How many nukes do you think have been dropped total?
Definitely hundreds.
1,200.
It's like thousands. It's like
Really?
20, I want to say it's over 2 grand.
I would have guessed
2,000.
like 40 before I like researched the shit.
Yeah, like we dropped so many fucking nukes just out of testing between us, the Soviet Union, whatever.
Russia was big. Russia, like with the SAR, it was 100 megaton bomb, and they're like, meh, half it. And they dropped it like,
I'm sure the fish had a really good time with that.
man.
Yeah.
They dropped this on land. The SAR is one of the most insane.
They dropped it
bombs.
on land?
Yeah, they did an air detonation.
Do you know
on
where?
2056 nuclear weapon testing since
that's way more.
1945.
Way more than I think.
And for reference, you have, was it 1,000 kilotons to equal a megaton, or is it 100?
I think it's 1,000.
So what just happens to all of the land that's used for? Is
A lot of
just
it was
fucked?
underwater.
Underwater? I mean, the fish down there, I imagine, are not enjoying that too much.
That's where SpongeBob
Go
came
zero.
Exactly.
Gojira.
from. I'm a good, it's a good zero.
I am a Japanese man.
I'm a Japanese man.
One of the bits that never made the podcast.
G-Man.
When I went to Japan, if I talked to the Japanese people in my regular voice, they wouldn't know what the fuck I was saying. But if I was like, "Oh, sushi fishu," I feel like they would get it more.
Oh, 100%.
Actually.
That's
Did you
all
experience
I did.
that?
I was like, arigato gozaimasu. I am a irai.
Like you have to do it, right?
Yeah. Oh, it's weird even talking in Japanese because you're like, arigato. Like you have a higher cadence of speaking. I'm like, why do I do that automatically when I, whatever.
All that goddamn anime.
Arigatsumasu.
Speaking of which, I need to watch the new Solo Leveling.
Dude, the new Solo's good.
It goes fucking hard. It goes hard.
So everybody at this table watches anime except for me?
I'm not a big anime guy. I really
Fucking Eli gets me and Brandon into it.
I get good ones.
Did you just fucking anime pose on that, you fucking queer?
You're gonna start doing this?
A rainbow flies over my head.
So
The more you
kawaii.
know. Gay.
I've watched like 3 actual animes I've enjoyed. I never really got into anime, but he fucking, like 2 of them are because of Eli.
There's like a few I like, but the voice acting always throws me off. Like I feel like in like American animation, they can have like a, "Hey, how's it going?" And anime, it's like, "Hello, how's it going?" Like it always has to be like a super
It's very
exaggerated.
cartoony. Like,
Yeah,
I know,
exactly.
obviously, it's a fucking cartoon. I get that, but like,
It's very exaggerated. I like Death Note. That's a really good one.
Yeah.
If you haven't watched Death Note and you want like strategery on brain, fucking, and one of the most base dudes you'll ever meet, he's like, "I'll just fucking kill everyone that disagrees.
We're just gonna kill him.
I'm gonna write your name in this book."
You probably like.
well, sir, I did watch the Netflix adaptation.
Oh, I am so sorry.
Oh yeah, so Hawaiians hate Micronesians because the American government
yeah.
is getting Micronesians like free housing and free healthcare and just like benefits. So there's like a huge
Large
beef.
degree. How much they were giving? How much property did they get, or housing and stuff?
I don't know all the. I can't remember at this point, but I know that the Hawaiians call the Micronesians cockroaches, and like hate them.
Yo,
Right?
based.
You don't hear that on the fucking news.
So based.
That's fucking wild.
They were. Yeah, that's some hate right there.
I think it's really interesting when like strange racial groups like have racism because you usually just hear about like the white versus black zeitgeist. So Micronesian versus Hawaiians.
And they hate the Island Boys. That was cracking.
All right, boys, new racism just dropped.
Check it out, you guys.
Yo, that new racism patch. Make sure you download it tonight.
Get the Micronesian DLC. Update your racism.
We can hate who now?
What? At
God.
the click of a button? This is Joe.
The age of technology, I swear.
Yeah, the new derogatory terms.
Unlocked.
Howley.
Yeah.
And then
New slur.
Howley DLC.
And cockroach is apparently derogatory towards Micronesians.
I call people cockroaches, but they're not Micronesian.
There's a lot of people that
They're YouTubers.
I didn't know what the fuck a Micronesia was.
I thought you were talking about Turks.
Where's Macronesia?
I thought you were talking about
Does it
Mexico.
Turks.
exist?
Yeah, Turks.
I'm
That's actually
Bulgarian,
that
so
is
I do feel
legitimate.
that way.
Yeah, I was gonna say you that would make sense.
Fuck them.
Turks, Romanians.
Glass Istanbul. Never mind.
What's some of the races you can say to Bulgarians?
I don't know. Just insult them for being fucking stupid.
Just call them fucking
looking
Bulgarian?
inbred. Yeah, Bulgarian.
Just say
You fucking Bulgarian.
That's derogatory enough. What are you from fucking Bulgaria?
Bulgaria is one of the only countries that ever built the AK properly, so much respect for
Okay.
that.
Shout out Arsenal. You guys are
Yeah,
doing
we
it.
love our Bulgarian audience.
All right.
Oh,
I have one.
I feel fucking drunk from this.
we're gonna talk about guns. I
fucked
do
up.
want to compliment your level of. But you have a team that works for you. Yeah, get that dick. But you're doing like
I'm having a stroke.
1 hour to 4 hour videos, and they are well edited. Both of y'all's fucking videos.
Oh,
The
he's
editing is
a machine.
great. How long does one video take when you do your research on just a random individual?
So if you see a video that's come out, it's probably been in the work for 3-4 weeks, probably at minimum. One video we just finished that's going out soon is about Randy Stair. He was a mass murderer who he believed that. Okay, context. You guys know Danny Phantom?
About to get
Yeah,
crazy.
The show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a character in Danny
The
Phantom
guy who
called
was made by the dude who liked feet.
Bush Hartman.
Yeah.
No, that's
Or, no,
that's Dan Schneider.
Dan Schneider.
Okay, so
Dan Schneider, where all my bitches at?
I need more bitches. I need more bitches. You put on his whack.
All right.
Okay, but anyway, so he was a
To anybody who doesn't get that reference, that was really weird.
he was a YouTuber named Randy Stair, who he had like a small channel with 10,000 subs. He was actually acknowledged by a lot of big people. Like he sent Markiplier fan art, and Markiplier, like a fan mail, and Markiplier acknowledged it. He made an appearance in a Ray William Johnson video. He was acknowledged by Fred, commented on his video, so he had like some attention. But anyway, he
It's like old school.
Yeah, old school. He was around for a long time, but due to mental health issues, he not only was a transgender, which there's nothing wrong with that, but also he delusionally believed that the afterlife was comprised of Ember's ghost squad. So Ember is a villain from Danny Phantom that sings a song called Remember. He would listen to that on repeat, and he believed that in the afterlife, if he killed people, he would then become a part of Ember's ghost squad. And so he like fantasized the Columbine shooters and all that shit.
Everything else you told me, I would have never guessed he was delusional.
No. I mean, that's the most reasonable thing he believes, to be honest with you. But anyway, so he ended up shooting up a supermarket and killing 4 people.
Fuck me. When?
And then killed him.
When was this?
2018, 19.
Shit.
Not to make light of the shooting, but I believe, as I've been researching, there was one girl who was in the store who made it out because she had her headphones in. She didn't know what was going on. So she was just like chilling over here, and he was like, and she's just like, what just happened? Anyway.
Was this Buffalo?
No, it was
that was only like a year or two ago.
This is in Pennsylvania. It was like 2017, 18, something like that. But we just finished a video about this, so we wrote it. We finished writing it. It probably took 2 months to write back in. I want to say
never heard of this.
it's like you've probably heard if you look up like the Danny Phantom Killer. There's videos with like 13 million views on YouTube about it, but they're not as in depth as what I'm doing. But we finished writing it back in November. It's like 27,000 words. It's like 80 pages or something, and we just finished editing it like the other day while I was here. And we have to do revisions on it. And my editor who's been working on it is working on a fucking Chromebook, so I got to buy him a new computer for the next one. But that's a particularly long one. That one is like a 2-hour long video. For an hour one, if it's just about like a random lolcow, that could take as short as like a month or something like that. But usually it's like
as short as a month.
Dude, a lolcow is the best shirt. You better have a shirt that's
He's one
just
of the milk
You don't know lolcow?
I've never heard that
Yeah.
before.
Oh, that's like the
Milker.
Wings of Redemptions, the
Wings of
Boogie.
Redemption, DSP, Boogie.
Yeah.
These are like the super mainstream ones, though. Randy Stair is someone I see as like a school shooter lolcow, basically.
What the fuck is a lolcow?
Same.
A lolcow, a lolcow is somebody who just gets like laughed at a lot on the internet. They call them a cow because you milk them for laughs. So it's like
the people that are there.
So like LOL cow.
Yes.
Yeah,
So it's like, hey,
okay.
Cody, you hate when I make fun of your hat. I'm gonna poke you, make fun of your hat, and milk you for the content. Is basically.
Oh,
They're the people that basically make their living off of being hated.
Yeah. Or so, I mean, a lot of them don't make a living. They're just hated, but they're addicted to the internet. And they have no self awareness.
Boogie.
Dark Side Phil.
Boogie's a big one. DSP.
Yeah.
Chris Chan is like the most infamous one of all time, I would say.
The goat? Did you just call him the fucking goat?
The goat of milk.
Zur is the goat. Zur is the goat. Okay.
Dude, the level you deep dive on these individuals, it is insane. Because I'm trying to, yours is like very consumable. So I'm like taking notes yesterday and today, and then yours, I'm like, I was showering. And I was like, just put this on while I take my shower and listen to you talk. Okay, what the fuck just happened? Fast forward a little bit.
That's the experience I have a lot of listeners, and that's how I watch a lot of YouTube too. I watch it. I'm like listening to it while I'm doing
While you're
something
nude,
else.
yeah.
In the shower, working out, something like that. Masturbating, listening to Wendigoon.
That's fair.
Today we're going to talk
okay.
about the conspiracy theory.
and then you hit.
I'm at the
close it
tip.
out.
I'm at the tip of my iceberg.
I am listening to my iceberg.
Tell me more.
Wendigoon Babbitt on my sheet. Yeah, but yeah, I've like a super internet person. Like I've been like terminally online, I would say, since I was like, I don't know, 13 or something. So I'm just like so into it, and I actually like these stories and care about them.
But
so.
and it shows because you're doing like, if you guys haven't watched some of his big content, you see 9 months ago, you have a video that is 3 hours long, 4 hours long. It's also the Chris
Chan,
video.
yeah.
Chris Chan, it's also 10 million views in 9 months. You're like, and the level of dedication and how much information and how you do the videos, it's fucking ridiculous.
I appreciate that. I think it's my most popular video. Chris Chan is anytime I do a Chris Chan video, like it will blow my views out of the water to the point where you guys know how you have
That's
like
unfortunate.
you know how you have like the ranking system of like views.
Yeah,
Oh, that
one to 10.
If I get a 1 out of 10 on a Chris video, I just disregard it as like it's a freebie because it's just like people fucking love that story so much. And Chris is really the inception of lolcow culture. He's like the reason why so many people are followed the way they are. So many trends and websites were created because of that. Like Kiwi Farms was created because of Chris Chan, and all these websites that follow lolcows sort of obsessively, I would say, exist because of Chris. And then there's all these other people like Boogie, DSP, Wings. They get brought into the fold as like YouTube lolcows. And there's like a whole universe of them. Cyrax is one of them. There's a whole cinematic universe in my head. Some people have Marvel with Iron Man. I have like internet retarded people who I watch.
It's so crazy, the generation gap, because like there's probably people watching this podcast that are in their 30s, 40s, 50s who have no fucking clue who 90% of these people are.
You probably, but also to be fair, a lot of people my age don't know who they are. I am super autistic with this.
That's
shit,
fair.
So
Well, you've come to the right place.
thank you.
It's
I appreciate that.
Everyone's
Well, you
skinned at
have
3.
you guys have
Everyone automatically knew the finger.
you have gun autism.
Casting
He has
spells.
cop autism. I just have autism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tom, you should talk about how you built out your like team and how you leveled up your business.
Yeah, so a few years ago, I was putting out videos semi-consistently, but it was like, it would probably take me like 3 weeks to a month to get a video done, and that just wasn't enough to compete, and so I started hiring people. So at this point, I have like 8 contractors who work for me. One of them over here, Lucas, is filming. He does my new channel, Tom IRL. This is why we're here. And then I have a second channel, Tom Dark, or Tom After Dark, where I do like...
Tommy Darko.
Tommy Darko, you could say.
Luke, get on camera.
No relation to my race, but we do...
Luke.
I'm only allowed if he tells me.
Oh, he can come show us.
You
next
give me
time.
that camera.
Very
Luke,
strict.
here, take my seat.
Just say hi real quick.
I gotta take a fat piss.
Yeah, take that fat. Do you need help?
All right, so this guy is...
help you.
I like that shirt.
This guy's been filming and editing all the IRL stuff, which is a new thing. But my second channel is more of topical stuff. Well, every day, think like Moist Critical. Something's going on. I'm going to talk about it in the YouTube
Could you
sphere.
try to look more uncomfortable here?
No, dude. I'm.
How often are you in front of the camera, bro?
Not often. I mean, sometimes Tom will like put me in when he says he doesn't pay me at all on videos and stuff, and then I can like sneak myself in, and everyone will comment like, "Can you please play the camera guy? Like, can you actually pay him?"
I won't fucking pay him.
You know, I don't. Get, I actually don't
Not
get
fucking
paid.
happening.
We'll film videos and like he'll like make every time we meet a new character or meet a person that we film, it's adamant that he mentions the first thing is I actually don't pay him. He just like he pays me to film. Like I'm a blessing in disguise to be filming with.
He buys me dinner. He pays for my plane tickets.
Like a gentleman.
Like a gentleman.
He
He's a good
babbing
guy.
on that. He babbing on
Glorious
that.
Like a
hair.
gentleman.
I'll be babbing on your shit.
He be babbing for
Brandon,
real.
he might be the only guest to have you beaten hair. He has that
Yeah, it
quaff
is.
going.
Yeah.
You got those waves.
You get the wave going on.
Yeah, I'm white too.
You have yacht club hair.
You're white, really?
For real. You're so not B tier, bro.
Oh, I appreciate
Yacht
that, buddy.
club
S
hair.
tier.
So not B tier is, oh man, that's the new name. So not B tier, Brandon.
You're S tier, dude.
I like you more than my son. You know that? I like your name too. Your first name's pretty cool.
Yeah. No,
Just
fuck
solid
everyone
name.
named Brendan.
This is the new, no, Brendan's can fuck off.
Yeah.
Brendan's, no.
Piece of shit.
Brendan's
Brendan.
just C tier. by-
Cockroaches.
Yeah.
But I think what's cool about Tom like emerging into the IRL scene is it's really good because the video essays I feel like have a certain like ceiling and limit that you can hit where you can only go like so many videos and talking points that you can like do about people. Emerging into the IRL scene like gives them a total new level of creators to meet and like people to talk about, and it just takes the journalism content to like a whole nother level.
Well, because like what Brandon does, like what I do is like I have like sort of insecurity or gayness about it because it's like I'm sitting behind a camera judging people from afar. If you're doing in-person IRL content, meeting someone, you're gonna have a different impression of them, whoever they are. And so in my mind, combining the traditional...
Go to sleep.
He's getting turned on. In my mind, if you combine the traditional research with the in real life stuff, I think that could make a really cool kind of content, like what people like iDubbbz
Like
have
what he
done.
used to do. I was just going to
he
say
used to do.
iDubbbz.
Oh, when he
Yeah,
was
the
funny?
content cops.
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
Back when iDubbbz was funny. That was super cool.
Content Cop, the Airsoft Fatty video is a really good example. I know the Sam Hyde video had some beef with Sam, but I still think that both videos work in tandem really well. And that was like some of my favorite piece of content that came out, whatever that year was, 2021, 22. So I really like that kind of stuff. Like, so my real goal is like combine what Brandon does with what I do, which is why you guys met Destiny the other day. He came out here.
Yeah.
I filmed with him for a week recently. We'll be dropping a like week long. We got like 100 hours of footage documentary about him pretty soon. So that should be good.
What are you going to talk about in that documentary? Like, what's your goal when you meet up with people like this? Like, what do you go in there with the intent of doing?
So the goal is sort of twofold. It's like, what is the public perception and what is the private perception? So with Destiny, somebody who's been streamed like fucking 10 hours of his life every single day since he was, I don't know, 19 years old, 20 years old. The
How
goal,
old is he now?
He's 35.
Okay.
He was.
Jesus.
Some people don't know this. He was like, I think the first full-time live streamer
No
ever.
shit. I didn't know that.
He goes way back to the beginning. And he was also the first. He did the first IRL live stream way back in the day. He would call himself on Skype on his phone on live stream and drive in his GTI to McDonald's to get food in the middle of the night, and nobody else is doing that. And you couldn't even do that on Twitch back in the day, so I think he would get banned because Twitch used to have archaic rules like you can't do IRL streaming. It has to be fucking gamer shit.
I can't imagine that.
But I find Destiny super interesting. He's super fascinating to me. He's like a liberal, but he's edgy. You know, he is progressive, yet he says slurs, which to the average person is like, how does that fucking compute? But in my mind, it makes perfect sense. And I've been watching him for a long time, and he's also reaching kind of a new apex on YouTube and stuff. He just debated Alex Jones. He debated Alex Jones and Ben Shapiro in the same week that I was filming with him. Yeah. And now he just debated Jordan Peterson. He's debating Norman Finkelstein very soon.
Oh, I want to watch that Jordan Peterson debate. That would be really fun.
Really good, yeah. Really good.
Because like obviously I disagree with his politics almost like just vehemently, but the thing that I can say about him is that he seems at least honest.
I think he is honest.
He's not like one of those like fucking virtue signaling, Fox.
He's right and honest.
And the interesting thing about
right and honesty, you say.
He's my son's honest.
The interesting thing about the virtue signalers you're talking about, which to me the biggest one is Hassan Piker would come up in my mind.
Hassan Piker?
Hassan Piker, I'm coming to kill you! Okay. He came from Destiny's
No, in real life.
I'm gonna wear your clothes and makeup. Los Angeles. So he came from Destiny's community. So Destiny was streaming for 10 years before Hassan started streaming. And Hassan was just like a little guy in Destiny's community. He would stream with sometimes. And then he blew up. And then they had various debates and disagreements eventually. I think once Destiny realized he was a full-on like tanky communist, like revolutionary rather than like a somewhat reasonable democratic socialist. And then they had like a big split off. And the same applies to Horsecock guy Vaush, Horsecock Lolicon Vaush, who also is from Destiny's community, blew up.
Not really.
Bro, tell him the Vaush thing,
tell us
please.
about
Okay, yeah, let's do a pause. Cold turkey might be great on a sandwich, but sometimes it's not the easiest thing when you're breaking bad habits. We're not talking about some weird, crazy mind voodoo from your neighbors. Use your own sarcastic example. We're talking about our sponsor today, Foom. And they look at the problem in a different way. Not everything in a bad habit is wrong. Award-nominated device that does just that. So instead of drastic, uncomfortable change, why not just remove the bad from your habit? Right, Henry? Help me. You're going nowhere, Henry. Instead of electronics, Fume is completely natural. Instead of vapor, Fume uses flavored air. And instead of harmful chemicals, Fume uses all natural, delicious flavors. Stopping is something we all put off because it's hard. But switching to Fume is easy, enjoyable, and even fun. Fume has served over 100,000 people and has thousands of success stories. And there's no reason you can't be too. Join Fume in accelerating humanity's breakup from destructive habits by picking up the Journey Pack today. Head over to tryfume.com and use code UNSUB to get 10% off your Journey Pack today. That's tryfume.com, TRYFUME.com. Code UNSUB. Horsecock.
This shit is fucked
Okay,
up.
so Vaush is a communist YouTuber that came from Destiny's community. He has
Does anybody want another drink while we're going into this?
He would hate you guys.
Nick, Fat Electrician right now is like, he's angry for
To be
no
honest,
reason.
I kind of hate us too sometimes, but you know.
So he has like 500,000 subs on YouTube, but the other day he was streaming and he accidentally opened up a folder that said taxes on it. And in the taxes folder was illustrations of little girls getting...
Oh, how'd that go?
Not well. Not that well. Yeah, not
Why
that
did,
good.
what do you think, how the...
He practically doubled down.
Not practically, he did. He was like, look, I thought they were a short stack goblin type thing. First of all, not a little girl. And secondly, I just want to be the horse. And he walked himself through like if he was the therapist, if he was going to a therapist to talk about the horse thing. Is he fucking here?
He doesn't want to be a human with a horse cock.
What does that sound?
You heard that, right?
There was definitely a
There was
thudding.
random sound. Dude, when I was setting up these cameras, sorry to interrupt, there's fucking random sounds. I heard walking upstairs. I went upstairs with my gun. I was like, no one's here. What the fuck is walking upstairs?
Is the outside right there, or is there a room? Right
There's
there?
outside.
outside right
That's the
there.
outside.
You heard that though, right? Right there.
That sounds like
100%.
somebody's wrestling in the
CNN here
walls.
right now?
3 a.m.
Is CNN in the room with us?
Tweaks like,
CNN
what
can't
is
hurt you,
this?
Cody. It's okay. It's okay.
As I put my gun back on before I sit down, like, okay.
Yeah, CNN just shit on me. Speaking of CNN,
Really?
yeah,
What's CNN do to you?
they had me in one of their videos about Kensington, Philadelphia, and said that I exploit people for clicks.
What'd you do there? And
I did
Who'd
the
you
exact.
exploit?
I did the exact same thing they did. I went to Kensington, Philadelphia, and documented the drug addiction and trank epidemic that's going on.
The fucking irony of anyone from Turner Broadcast Group saying you exploit people for clicks.
Like, what is my ulterior motive? What am I doing? What's the spin I'm putting on it that's unjust or unfair? Like,
What they did was just what you do, but like less funny, less entertaining. Like there was no like good edge to it. There's
Less
just like
retention
there's a
time.
shitty, and then they were like, and by the way,
You're the same. You do what I do, but without retention fees.
the main criticism I saw is like, you really filmed someone shooting up heroin, and I'm like, yeah, he asked me to multiple times, and I filmed it, and it's in the video. You can see me saying I'm not comfortable really with you doing that, and he's like, no, I want you to.
well, also it's like what you're showing is the actual horrors of the epidemic and how these people are ingesting.
In
these
my
drugs.
mind, it's like, yeah, I want to show you the reality of when you shoot up this drug. It's not cool. It's not to be glamorized. It's like really horrific the way your fucking psyche shatters. But whatever.
It just shows you how
I'm a colonizer.
It just shows you how like challenged and intimidated they are by the internet. Because like really, what you're doing is their job at open source.
Yeah.
Like you don't need a fucking you don't need a network deal. You don't need any big funding. You don't need anything. You just need a fucking camera.
Yeah, it's me and my old wrestling teammate Jabari with a fucking GoPro.
Yeah.
Literally.
They're terrified of that.
That's what exactly. That's the same thing with my fucking content, man.
I was gonna say yours is.
I've been doing the
perfect to a
same
T.
thing that he's doing. I'm showing the same shit that the news is showing.
And they don't treat you like a news group, though.
No,
Like,
you're a racist piece of shit. Even though you have the most non-biased breakdown of police footage you can see, because Acorn Cop, you weren't like, well, he had PTSD. Fuck anyone that says that. Homeboy had probably never seen a gunfight in his life. If an acorn fucking hits a roof of a car, none of my friends will do two
he flat
combat
out said in
rolls.
the interview, he's like, I don't know. I've never been shot. I don't know what it feels like.
When I was a cop and working on SWAT and narcotics and doing all these things, I've had an acorn hit the roof of my car before. But no, it's just
because you had that risk.
I'm a colonizer. I'm a piece of shit because of the content that I'm making that you guys have been making for the past 60 years. It's like why are you, they get
and
so
weaponizing it.
Yeah, they get so mad that like we're just doing it fucking better.
Yeah, like give us some tips. Like where are you going wrong with your interpretation of police footage? Like, yeah, how are you being unethical or bad about it?
Yeah, exactly.
They probably couldn't tell you.
Yeah,
No.
same thing.
Well, I think it's just like I thought this was like a joke for a while, but when I went to journalism school, I realized that these kids.
Oh, you're the enemy.
I am the enemy. Well, I dropped out, so I'm
there you
like
go,
back
alright.
on the side. But I was a traitor for a little bit. But these are very like envious, jealous people who hate YouTubers. They hate new media, and they cling onto old media as like a means of just, I don't know, tradition, even though it fucking sucks. And that's what you saw with, I don't know if you guys remember years ago, PewDiePie got in controversy for making some jokes, and the Wall Street Journal wrote a whole hit piece about him. This also happened with Sam Hyde with Adult Swim, Joe Bernstein.
The perfect
an article about
how
him.
I always compare this is they villainize Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
How the fuck can you villainize the one dude that just seems like a good dude?
And it's not like you have to like love Mr. Beast's content, but like he literally, okay, I don't know if you guys know this, he owns a fucking multiple giant warehouses in the South where he gives away turkeys on Thanksgiving. He gives away food to people, and he said openly that his plan before he dies is to give away every dollar he ever makes. Like
They get mad. Mr. Beast cures 1,000 blind people, and they're like the fucking Satan man himself. And
As
you're
an apology tour, he has decided to re-blind 1,000 African men.
What they say is because he's making money off of it, he's exploiting them, right?
Which is fucking ridiculous, because if that is your mindset, what have you done for any community, period, in your life? You're like, well, I
especially-
changed my profile pic one time.
Especially mainstream news, though. They're like, this just in, YouTubers are exploiting people of lesser means for money. More at 5 after this commercial break.
Of us doing the exact same thing.
They do the same shit. You know, here to tell you about your local shootings and all the, the fentanyl epidemic.
at 11 p.m.,
Like,
we'll be filming a bunch of parents that got their kids shot up and asking them how they feel 1 hour afterwards.
yeah,
Yes,
it's
that's
literally
not-
that's their
fucking
entire
that is it.
fucking career.
I haven't seen a lot of YouTubers do that, to be honest
After
with you.
that, Mr. Beast is the devil.
Yeah.
You're like, well,
Well, also part of it for them is like it's like a commie thing. So it's like, well, actually, Mr. Beast is bad because he's not fixing capitalism and instituting a Soviet government to save the West. And it's like he's just a fucking guy. He's just a YouTuber. Like even if you believe that that's like the way to go, do you have any real expectation that Mr. Beast is going to do that? He's a fucking YouTuber.
he's a 24. How old is
Yeah,
he?
he's like 25. Yeah. Something like
You
that.
have a kid that's helping more than anyone's gonna fucking help a majority of the human race, and you shit on that person.
It's that
You are
NPC meme.
part of the problem if that's the.
Bro, he brought water to like bad parts of Africa, like impoverished parts of Africa. He brought water there,
What
and
a
they're
piece
like,
of shit.
yeah, we need to talk about how bad he is.
It's the NPC memes like the rich should give away their money to the poor. Mr. Beast does it.
Well, also like in a world where like I feel like YouTube content, a lot of it is like negative. Like mine is relatively negative. I talk about negative things. Isn't it?
Maybe we should have known that before you came down and did a whole video with our crew.
It's over for you. But shouldn't they be happy about the fact that like he has very positive content? Like it's not like he's not shitting on people. Every video is like, here's how I helped these disenfranchised people, and it has like an inspirational, nice message. Like, isn't that nice?
If you dumb down their complaint, it's that he's making money off philanthropy. Which what is wrong? Like, what's wrong with that?
That's the way. That's the way you can fund philanthropy.
But
Yeah.
what the government should.
But he's not like a rich.
They're so good at it.
He has money, but if you like listen to him on podcasts, I guess he could be lying, but it's not like he drives a fucking Lamborghini. He bought an i8 and then he sold it so he could get like a normal like Tesla Model 3, right?
I can verify.
Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, like
He's worked with him, so like.
Can
we say
I've
that?
done. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Brandon's worked with him. I've been with Brandon
Since, like,
working with him.
2019. I've just been doing like off videos and stuff like that. Like I've kind of seen them blow up over the last fucking God. I hate this sentence. Half decade. Jesus, we've been doing this a while.
You were the guy in a Mr. Beast video.
Yeah, I did their fucking Canon video back in the day. I did their, running from U.S. Army.
Zach.
The manhunt thing video. Like we did that. We did a few videos with them. And the joke back in the day was I'm Mr. Beast Explosives guy. But like, yeah, we really did, help them with a few videos and such. But I've seen the evolution of it, and they've always been growth oriented. They're trying to grow the channel as big as they can. But I mean, the guy, I don't know if this is where he still lives, but it's a very modest house in North Carolina.
But yeah, he seems like a relatively modest dude who's obviously just focused on the work. And if you have a problem with the philanthropy, it's not like the philanthropy is to enrich himself. He employs hundreds of people to fuel the next philanthropy project, right? So I don't know. I don't really get the
God, you guys,
problem.
this is. If you guys are the future, we're doing right. Do we use Shopify? Let me think.
Yeah, for the unsubscribed merch, my merch, Cody's merch, and Zach's merch, all sold using Shopify.
We also use it for a POS system inside of my skate shop.
Shopify, so easy you can use it even if you have brain injuries.
No matter how big your business is, Shopify can help you with your distribution or payment needs.
Shopify is your one-stop shop for starting your e-commerce career. You can literally build your own website on Shopify, launch it, and start selling products immediately.
It also helps you sell more with less effort using Shopify's AI technology. Because businesses that grow with Shopify.
Over 10% of all e-commerce in the United States uses Shopify, which is the biggest economy in the world, and it is used in over 175 countries.
Worldwide, you say? What I love about Shopify is no matter how big you want to grow, Shopify's there to get you to the next level of business. Make sure you sign up for a $1 per month at shopify.com/unsubpod, all lowercase.
So anyway, about heroin.
Tell us more about heroin.
The best when I was 14.
The one I want you to watch, I don't know if you've ever, I want to watch you go interview these individuals. We've talked about it briefly on the podcast. It was the super inbred family. And
The Whittakers in West Virginia. They live like
West
a few
Virginia.
hours from me because I'm from Maryland.
have you interviewed them?
No.
Bro, that is, okay.
How do you
Who
contact
knows the
them?
Whittakers?
I mean, I guess I could contact
Smoke signal.
Mark Leda from Softwood Underbelly, but I think you just drive to West Virginia, right? Like you fucking.
You just go to their house.
I think you
and
knock on their door, right?
Yeah, they talk in grunts.
Yeah.
That's the one you're talking
The one
about.
that talks like a dog.
Yeah.
Call them up on Discord. You're like, hey, you down to do a video?
Okay. I don't think they have Discord.
They might. They might be huge. They play a lot of league, I hear.
They're huge into the
That guy Mark
Yeah.
Leda has gotten so much shit for.
They can't
filming
speak
the
English, but
Whittakers.
they can make a computer
Taking
real
advantage of
well.
them.
Well, he
Rocket
was,
jump
That guy's
champions.
cool.
Yeah.
There were some of the best interviews,
Rocket.
and now that family actually has support.
League.
Like, if you haven't seen it, they got the internet bought them a vehicle to get around in. Do you know the Whittakers?
Yeah, I've seen videos about them. Yeah,
Bro, it's the most. Cody, you've seen that. Yeah. The docs are so good.
I love
'cause
watching videos about inbred and or disabled people. My favorite genre.
Yeah. That's Tom's first love.
That's why you got into YouTube.
Exactly. Literally.
Tom was stimming at those people.
I want to make more videos.
Yeah, he's like, I have
It's the Markiplier. I can milk you.
When people have a moral aversion to incest, it's like, I understand your problem, but I gotta make money somehow. I gotta make money somehow.
That's the Pornhub line.
Base.
Like, look, I understand your aversion to this, but we got to make money, dude.
I understand your aversion, but big sister, get over here.
That family tree is a fucking pole. I was like, dear God.
Telephone pole.
And they break it down, and it's a very kind family. They just get by doing them, and you're just
yes, they do.
What the? It's such a fucking interesting.
Uncle Daddy told Sister Mommy I could keep the kitty.
It's like, what the fuck?
Uncle Daddy told Sister Mommy.
What is one of your most where you actually felt danger? Because you go to like bad spots. Even if you haven't watched this Hawaii thing, going to interview the Blood Crips, whatever they were, the first person, the starting of the video is like, yo, you're going to get shot. And then the next day after you left, someone was murdered where you were interviewing people at.
Was that the 8 Mile?
No, this is
Skid Row.
Hawaii.
Sorry.
This
That was
is
in Camp
Hawaii.
4, Hawaii.
No shit, really.
The Bloods of Oahu.
Yeah, Bloods of Oahu video. When was I most scared? Probably O Block. Probably when I was leaving O Block and someone fired shots off. Because
O Block is Hawaii.
O Block is in Chicago. It's like where King Von is from. You guys know it? This is. I'm not talking to the
I
right
just
people
know the
here.
crime rate.
You guys don't know OG Bang Bang and Lil Flip and Sauce Walker and Peso Peso.
Dude,
and
I wish I did.
Look at this group and be like,
Oh, yes, of course.
you know Lil Bang Bang.
I only know it because
yeah, that guy. Yeah, he's cool.
I only know about it because I watched the the preview clip you put up for your video.
Okay.
Or maybe PKA is what it was.
Yeah, I think I was
talked
talking
about
about
it
it
a
on
little
there. Yeah. But that was probably when the gunshots rang out. Because O Block has one entrance. It's like the most dangerous project housing in Chicago. It has one entrance in, one entrance out. Why am I fucking
One
saying that?
entrance and one exit.
Yeah, there you go. Sorry. And
Line.
Line.
There's an advanced auto across
Where are
the
the
street.
writers, the Unsub writers, please?
My ghostwriter. There's an advanced auto across the street, and between the entrance and that advanced auto, there's been like 20 people that have been murdered there in the past decade or two. And that's like right where I was walking when the shots went off, and I was like talking about it when it happened. I was about to cry like a girl. You guys probably would have been fine. You would have been like, that's a 9mm.
I've never been shot at.
No, never.
Never been shot.
I wasn't shot at. I was shot near.
Yeah.
He's joking. For the
Yeah,
record.
I know. So that was. That's what I'm saying. You probably would have like not been scared.
Dude, I was talking to my buddy Ennis. I haven't talked to him multiple. Ennis, I love you. Last week, I haven't talked to this dude in years, and he's doing fucking awesome. But he was like, I was like, how often do we get in gunfights? He was like, I was like, how many do we get in? He was like, I'm like fucking probably 80 to 100 and something gunfights. I was like, yeah, that sounds about. I forgot the number of how often that would happen and how normalized I got to it. I was like, what? Woo. We used to walk and just smoke cigarettes at night on missions. And they were like, don't do that. And we're like, why? The sniper at least will just hit here and I'm not going to feel a thing. We're fine. That was the mindset
You're
going
just so
on.
desensitized to
So
it at that point.
desensitized at that
Like,
point.
I don't care. I just want a cigarette. Fuck you.
Yeah. If they shoot me, it's going to be a headshot. God, that
Not
tastes
with the
good.
way they zero their shit.
No. Go.
So you'd get to where you wouldn't even flinch if you heard gunfire.
We did. We would have. Yeah. We're very desensitized to gunfire IEDs. The last IED blast, I've told it before, it was like a giant explosion rocked the vehicle. Me over the comms was like, IED, just drive through. We pulled up. Sergeant Major was like, Cuevas, you had no elevation in your voice at that point. He's like, you did not care. You just wanted to get home and sleep. I was like, 100% is all I cared for. Whatever, don't care. Let's go through this box of tactical enthusiasts.
A monthly subscription box for tactical enthusiasts. I've never heard of this before. TACPACK.
TACPACK.
Have you ever heard of SOG?
A deal like this must be hundreds of dollars a month.
Using code UNSUB, this $60 box gets you $300 worth of stuff. This is literally...
Yeah, it's $60. Look, you already get
$60
this
you're
golden
getting.
thing.
I've literally been blown up in Wiley X's.
TACPACK caters to a self-reliant individual.
TACPACK sends useful professional grade gear each month.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Yeah.
TACPACK has 2 main tiers, TACPACK and TACPACK Plus.
TACPACK Plus is the standard box plus 1 or 2 extra pieces of amazing gear.
TACPACK.
Use code UNSUB at TACPACK.com. Where? TACPACK.com. And most importantly, it brings you to a grand total of $300 when you sign up using code UNSUB over at TACPACK.com. We actually, all of us use TACPACK. This is an amazing offer. Code UNSUB.
How many people have been shot in Chicago this year? This year, 2024.
Shot or killed?
Just shot.
200.
Wait, this year so far?
This year so far.
I'm gonna guess
320.
1,000.
235.
243 people have been shot in Chicago this year.
Unbelievable.
That seems low.
Bro, there's,
one
there's
digit off,
weekends where
right?
there's like 30 people shot in one week.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
February.
4th of July weekend, things like that.
Already this year. Oh, I think in the past year.
No, this year.
No, this year.
That's
In a
right.
month and a half.
I was like, it's
301
February.
month.
In a
It's
month and a half.
February, bro.
Chicago,
240.
Illinois, one of the places with the strictest gun control in the country. That's bizarre.
It
That's
works.
weird.
It works.
Yeah, gun control works.
Take them. It works.
Not tomorrow, today.
Every
tomorrow.
gangbanger I've ever talked to had all the paperwork filled out and all the licensing and no illegal magazines. I swear.
They do their 4473s like good chickens.
Yeah.
And they're also running for Congress.
Of course, yeah.
Brandon Herrera.
Donkey labia eating
You can hear the clapping in the wind if you
donut
close your
operator
eyes.
is operating my into the dirt at Demolition Donkey Ranch.
18 naked cowboys in the showers at Ram.
Ranch.
With Brandon Herrera and donut operator.
And Joseph Rogan and Black Rifle Ranch.
3 a.m.
I'm sorry, we lost that one.
Coffee.
Black Donkey Coffee.
Coffee.
Oh, God.
We did that for like 45 minutes.
We couldn't stop.
And then when we stopped, we're like, we got to go to bed. We stopped filming. We didn't go to the next location.
My favorite part
We
is
just
that like
left.
that album of shit that they did, like the Ram Ranch and all that shit. Micah from Grand Thumb can recite it from memory, every fucking word. Not only that, but like in the back of the van when we were in Salt Lake, he is screaming it. 18 naked cowboys ready to get fucked! Like he was
That's awesome.
going apeshit. Sorry, GVAN, for the audio.
Micah being Micah.
Yeah.
Who is Micah?
He's a Grand Thumb's camera guy.
Okay,
and,
gotcha.
does his
Super
own thing now.
talented dude.
Awesome,
Fucking
awesome
love
dude.
Micah. He's crushing
Knew the entire album from memory and was screaming it in the back of like a church van as we were
In
awesome.
Mormon territory.
In Mormon territory. Amongst other things, he screamed in
amongst other
Mormon
things.
territory.
You guys got to fire some fucking fantastic weapons that you weren't used to. We did an amazing range day thanks to the boys, these beautiful boys right here. They brought out some fantastic firearms, 22s, revolvers. That's about it.
22s.
Couple things, yeah.
Couple things.
Paintball guns.
Yeah, paintball guns,
Airsoft.
Nerf or nothing.
And then we did what we do down here and shot some pew pews. And how was that experience for you guys?
Fucking awesome, yeah. It was great. It was like one of our best days of the past year, I would say.
Yeah, it couldn't have been any more fun. Like
Yeah.
I feel like I was like my maximum happiness had been reached, and then you're like, hey, do you want to shoot the Thompson? I'm like, what the fuck?
So we got there at I think 1 p.m. or something, and by the time 6 p.m. rolled around when we left, I thought like an hour had passed. Like I didn't realize how fast it had gone. It was excellent. Definitely my favorite gun that I shot was the MP40. That was a super cool gun to shoot.
It's always it's a
so
crowd
fun to
pleaser, dude.
shoot.
It's sick. Like
probably-
almost no recoil.
Yeah, it's one of the easiest machine guns to shoot.
Yeah, yeah. I liked the Galil. It was okay. The AKs were really cool. P90 was super sick.
Yeah.
Fucking hated the Barrett. Fuck that thing. That thing's fucking horrifying.
That was one of the easiest guns to shoot. too,
Holocaust
50
on your
cal.
shoulder. Get that thing the fuck away from me.
That thing is. What's funny is it doesn't recoil that hard.
Really?
It's just the concussion. The blast of that weapon going off will clear your sinuses.
I felt like all the liquid in my brain like left out of my asshole or something as soon as I
Pretty
shot
much,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, welcome to your first TBI, buddy.
I felt like as soon
Eat
as
an
I-
avocado, you'll be okay.
As soon as I shot it, I remember thinking like, get this thing the fuck away from
Yeah.
me.
First thing I said when I shot it was, is my nose bleeding? Like I got punched in my fucking face.
Yeah, it was scary.
By a toddler, all right?
Yeah.
Like yeah, that's what
by
we said
Baby
before.
Gronk.
We said like shooting the M82A2 feels like Hezbollah just jabbing you in the nose.
Yeah, fuck that thing. But everything
it
else
doesn't
was
exactly
cool.
hurt, but it feels funny. You know?
I feel like I got the wind knocked out of me or something.
Yeah.
The concussion is wild. Even being next to it's worse than shooting it.
Yeah.
Because like if you're right in the path of the vent, dude, like seriously, like a mag of that, and you'll have a nosebleed.
Really?
It's wild.
Yeah, it's what's the bad concussion, percussion. All that is what is the even for a grenade. Yes, shrapnel will do the trick, but that is what usually kills you. It's just that overpressure. Not good for the old brain noggin.
Right. Yeah, it was super cool though. You guys have a cool property out there, and all the weird animals and shit were pretty cool.
Shout out to Demo.
Yeah, demo.
Demolition Ranch. Thank you so much for letting us use your property.
Yeah, super cool.
What's
super
up
What was
with
your
We'll have a
favorite?
ranch now.
What was your favorite gun?
MP40 or the P90? The P90 was sick. I feel like I was in Call of Duty. What's up with the goats? What's up with the goats though? The black-bellied goats.
Oh, they just live there on the property.
I like those.
Do you feed them or
fuckers.
something? Or they just exist?
No, they
cool.
just exist there.
Okay.
So he bought this property. It had been abandoned for 20 years now. And the goats have just lived on the property. So they have constantly been going into the rooms. It used to be a resort. They've been going into the hotel rooms there and just
We found one dead, like a skeleton in one.
Yeah,
of the
one
rooms.
of them locked themselves in the room, in one of the rooms there.
He shot himself in the head 23
Shot him-
times.
Yeah, exactly.
He had information leading to the arrest of Hillary Rodham Clinton.
Yeah, dude, he was talking about Epstein shit. It was weird.
I just picture a goat leaning against the wall and a gun in his hand and his hoof.
The goat had,
It smells like Teen Spirit.
the goat had a tattoo that said, "I will not."
Will not be investigated.
Yeah, this poor motherfucker locked himself in one of the rooms there and just starved to death and died. And then-
Just trying to open it
of
with
course,
his hoof.
Heather took his fucking skull. So.
Naturally.
He's hearing all of you guys out there having a fun range day. He's like, I'm so fucked. Sam Hyde is here laughing about me in this fucking room.
Forget about me.
That was the funny part about having Sam out to an event. Is like we weren't sure going into it. We're like, we like Sam. Like his content's funny as fuck. Like he's just a genuinely like really funny like modern comedian, right?
Yeah.
Like we don't know if he'll behave.
Did Sam
He's
be-
cool
Oh yeah,
as
no,
shit,
he was
yeah,
great.
right?
He was great.
You thought he was going to
fucking
take a gun and be like, oh.
Well, you're not sure. Like I know he's done content with guns before, so we knew like going into it, like okay, he's a gun guy. He knows what to do and not to do. But we're like, all right, we have like some high-profile guys here. We don't need a scene to be caused. But,
Right.
No, Sam was awesome. He was actually a cool dude.
No, he was a complete gentleman, great guy, like
Yeah.
awesome person.
Yeah, he rocks.
But going into it, there was the apprehension where it's like, all right, which Sam are we gonna get?
Yeah.
But after meeting him, it's like,
Yeah.
he's a really nice guy, and he wouldn't fucking pull up and do some shit like that.
Yeah, which is cool and that's the weird part. Like we were talking about with YouTubers you've never met, right? You don't know if you're gonna get the version of them that's the real person, that's a cool guy, or you're gonna get the fucking hit piece on the internet.
Well, and that's the perfect segue. What is one where you're like, I'm going to do a piece on this individual, and there was the most recourse from it or pushback from it?
Oh shit.
We
going there,
I think we
Tom?
just met one that I can't talk about, actually.
Can you make a fake
What's
name
one you
for him?
can talk about?
Yeah, I don't think there's been a huge one in the past few years that I've gotten like a lot of shit for. It's been I pretty much try to keep the research pretty down pat. I mean, sometimes when I talk about people, I'll get like, a Twitter thread or something made about me, and it'll be like, this guy did these things. He said this word on this live stream on this date. Like, the thing I feel the worst for, honestly, is just my friends, because like when I hang out with someone like Wendigoon, he's more famous than me, probably like 4 or 5 times more famous. Like he's huge, right? As you guys know.
Oh yeah, he's awesome. Yeah.
And he'll
Good
get
storyteller.
We'll get like Reddit threads made like Wendigoon caught hanging out with known racist Turkey Tom, and it's like I just feel bad for people getting roped
Known
into my
racist?
shit. Known racist.
Fuck.
Yeah. Oh, this is never coming out.
I don't feel that known yet.
Chief hand.
Maybe now that I'm
Blur
with a
his face the
current
entire time.
congressman, I'll be known. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I feel bad for people who like get in shit because of like shit I do. But I would say I'm not with the videos themselves. I'm not a very controversial person. It's more just like who I am. Sometimes, I make an edgy joke on stream now and then I have a bridge incident, stuff like that.
Yeah, it's like, and especially with do you just get the bridge thing?
Damn.
That is I'm going to call incident the bridge incident, and everyone that knows.
I had a bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were
As soon
saying
as I got to
yesterday,
Donkey Bridge, I was like,
we were saying yesterday the entire world is Tom's N-word bridge.
base.
But no, Isaiah getting shit.
And what's funny is that like, well, we joke about that, but like we're making a joke about the bridge, the incident that happened with PewDiePie.
Yeah.
The world's now second biggest YouTuber that was half that size when it happened. Because it's like, okay, in reality, like if you can pull jokes or whatever shit out of context, or just one fucking slip up somebody makes, but that doesn't actually kill their entire career.
No, it doesn't usually matter. Generally, like cancel culture, the thing I've realized is that the only way you really lose is like it's a month, but it's like there's two paths. You can either cower to it and apologize, or you can make your entire career about the existence of cancel culture, which is what some people have done.
Inside you, there are two wolves.
Exactly. I think the best
one that's a fucking
one that's really annoying, one that won't shut up. And so I think the best. Are you running for Congress?
Yes.
Okay.
He's gonna win.
And it's gonna be hilarious when I get there.
His opponent is such a fucking dude. Okay. Anyway, I think the real path to take is the third path, which is like just keep your head up, keep doing your shit, keep making content. Destiny, as we were mentioning, one piece of advice he's given me and many other people is like, look, if you get in controversy, chill out for a day, get off the internet, don't do anything drastic. Nobody ever wished they responded sooner to like some kind of crazy allegation or something. And then past that point, just keep doing what you do, because the people who understand what you do and know you're not a bad person are going to understand your intention. The people who don't, they don't want to anyway. They don't care. They don't really want a sincere apology. They want you to be on your knees fucking sucking their...
They want your life ruined.
Yeah,
sucking their zer dick.
That's the thing that drives me crazy is the people who apologize for shit that they did nothing wrong. It's like, no.
There's so much of that on YouTube.
Don't fucking apologize. You stick by what you fucking, like, if you didn't do anything wrong, don't cow to it. Because the only people that you're impressing are the people who will never fucking like you.
Yeah, and the problem with that too is like you create an unfortunate expectation if you have a habit of apologizing, where they think they can get you to apologize for anything.
They force it, and like it's happened with Cody, and I mean, I was even one of the first people with Cody. I was like, "Do not fucking," because we both on the same
I said
side.
a word one time.
Yeah, and I was like, "Don't fucking
You
apologize."
called a straight white woman
my girlfriend in joking manner, and I was like, "Don't apologize for that." And then he was like, "Yeah, I'm not going to." I was good. It's fucking stupid to try to bow down for a joke.
These people hated you already.
Yeah, they hate you. They want your life
They
ruined.
hated you already. They just found a thing to stick to.
Yeah, they're like, "You see why I hate him? Congratulations, you're still fucking hated." Period.
I mean, these people, if you see the shit they say on Twitter, they literally want you dead and they want your children brainwashed and on hormones. So I can't fuck with that.
You mean to summarize that real quick?
Yeah, what the fuck happened, Cody?
I'm sorry, this was this was in the middle of a live stream where we raised $250,000 for veterans.
This is in 2 days. We raised $250,000 for veterans, which Brandon hates.
Apparently, yes. I didn't know that. I thought I really got along with veterans, and really, but I found that out a couple days ago. Apparently, I
Only
hate them.
250,000. That's it. Only $250,000
in 2 days.
Very impressive.
That's just some jerks.
Impressive. Very
Fuck
nice.
yeah.
Let's see how much Tony raised.
Yeah, so we were doing
Well, in 2 days, we've done more for the veteran community, period. Cody, what happened, though?
we were doing a live stream where it was me, Brandon, Eli. It was a couple of our other friends in our friend's garage, and we had computers set up. So we were like, just streaming at the time on Twitch.
Yeah.
We get
And
shit
we were-
racked. We have a blast.
Yeah, we just got shit wrecked.
And all of
We
our
were
donations
fucking-
and everything went straight to boot campaign, I think.
Yeah, went straight to boot campaign. Raised $250,000 for veteran families, Gold Star families. And Eli's girlfriend was behind me. And I don't remember what chat said, but I turned around and I said, "Hey, come over here."
That was it.
And to his girlfriend, a straight heterosexual female.
I will say
like,
that's a very weird way to address a girl.
and,
You think you'd be like, bitch?
that was
I've never seen a girl and thought, well, actually, that's not true, but usually I don't think that.
GVAN's over here.
I know. Our editor's like, so many black boxes and beeps to do.
You need a lot of Adderall to get through this edit. Just like,
Sorry, buddy.
bleep. The entire episode is going to be like, bleep. Anyway, my name is Bleep.
but that was my first Twitch ban.
Okay.
Yeah,
There you go.
I got banned for a week.
But it
After being a
was.
partner for like 2 years and bringing them on like an ungodly amount of money.
And you see people's true personalities come out, because like there were people that were like telling you like, you gotta apologize like right now.
Yeah,
You-
apologize right now.
It's like, no, dude.
no,
Like,
Yeah.
I've never said that word to like a homosexual person. Like
like you've never said it.
Except for that one time.
You've never
Yeah.
said it in hate, which I think a lot of people forget that key word. In hate, if it's just a joke, if fucking Cody was like, come here, fucking mow my yards, I'd be like, okay. Are you paying? I'm not gonna take.
Where
it
were you
as
going
an
with
offense.
that?
I know, but it's like it is in hate or whatever. If it's in a joking matter, it's a fucking word. I'm not gonna get pissed by it. The internet went up in rage for that.
Was it like Twitter, just people complaining?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, it's not your real fans anyway. Like,
Yeah, that's true.
people who are fans of you probably don't think like is the worst thing ever. They probably don't care.
Like the fucking, there was, I'm not going to say some names, but a couple people got upset on Twitter and shit. And I got banned for a week. And I was like, man, that's what I get banned
It
for?
caused some group turmoil.
Yeah.
But then in 2 weeks, what happened?
Nothing. It's exactly what you were saying. Like, you just chill out and let it happen. And
These people get bored and get on to the next person they can fucking harass.
yeah.
Well, especially if you don't get a good reaction out of that person. They'll find the next
What
thing,
they want is
right?
to have you on video crying or on stream having a mental breakdown like, I'm so sorry, I'm a good person.
I had a continuous lapse of judgment.
I've had a serious lapse in judgment when I filmed that homeless person being beat by my own boot.
Well, where's the logical consistency with being upset that you called a homophobic term to a straight white female? It doesn't even like. You're losing me. You're losing me on how I'm supposed to be upset.
These
It's a
motherfuckers would have never made it in a Modern Warfare 2 lobby.
Yeah.
It's like a performative, like just virtue signaling anger because you get Twitter likes if you're like, look what donut operator 5 million subscribers did. What the fuck is this racist doing? How does he have any fans?
God,
Like you get attention from that. There's like a community of people online that are like retweet. Oh my god, this is so disgusting.
The lolcows again.
Yeah, I mean
That type of shit.
these are the average like person who is living the life of a lolcow. You know,
Well, unfortunately, the people in our position, like there are 10,000 fucking people waiting in the wings, waiting for us to fuck up or fuck up in any regard. That there's like now.
But if it's any like solace, like just think about like, do you think these are happy people? Probably not. They're probably pretty miserable. You know.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we have our lives and they have theirs. And
Yeah. Theirs is probably
best job I ever
Best
had.
job I ever had.
I've let it get you in the past.
It's Monday and we're drunk.
Yeah, I already drank my shit.
Generally with stuff like that, I think the best
Going on?
policy is to just fucking.
Should I?
Well, let's do
guess,
one more. I got you, bro. We'll do one.
You want to pause?
Take a quick
Yeah.
minute break.
Tom's really modest, but I've met so many YouTubers, and he is one of the hardest working, probably the hardest working YouTuber I've ever met as far as like hours put in every week.
Which is the next subject, because this is one thing I always love our motivation segments. It is from you are 21 and you're already crushing life. And yes, it happened later in life for us. You now 20. You all are
I started
crushing.
when I was 24. He started when he was like 14 or 15.
Well, to make it clear, YouTube wasn't a thing when you guys were 14, right? YouTube wasn't really popping off.
I think I've got a similar story to you, but just a little later.
Yeah,
Like, it was
exactly.
close. Yeah,
But
like
it
when I
is-
was 16, YouTube was already a thing I was involved in.
Yeah, there you go. So when I was like 13, I was like getting really into YouTube. By the time I was 14, I was like sinking hours in. By the time I was 16, I was like skipping school to make YouTube videos because that's just all I cared about. And so, but I don't like to say that I work hard because compared to, let's say, somebody who does manual labor, what I do is not hard. I say I work a lot.
Hours
Yeah,
put
so
in.
there's a difference between working hard and knowing how to delegate.
Yeah,
Right.
Exactly.
Like you still work a lot. You're not like necessarily slinging, sandbags over your shoulder. You're still working.
Yeah, and it's not to discredit like blue collar labor. It is you are still managing. How many employees do you have under you?
Contractors, okay, they don't have health insurance, but like 8.
Yeah.
8. You are still at 21, and resonate that with yourself. It's like he is in charge of 21 or 8 people at the age of 21.
To be 21 and understand the actual difference between a contractor and a W-2 employee.
And the tax
That
benefits
says
from
enough
the-
already.
Yeah, that means he has an S corps and he's figuring out life at a very
I do have
young-
escort, yeah. But
Hey.
to be clear, a lot of this is from my mother. I would not fucking know anything. My mom's like a fucking super Bulgarian genius mastermind.
He puts like 60. I mean, look at his channels. Look at the 3 channels he runs. He puts like 60 plus hours of concentrated, focused effort in every week, no matter what.
And that's probably
He calls me sometimes
lower.
and is like, "Oh, like he got a strike once and he couldn't upload for a week, and he's like, "Oh, like what do I do? I can't upload. What do I do?" Because he's just like so.
Do I die?
work-oriented.
Well, that's the only thing I like. Truly, like, I care about like people and friends and stuff. But like, my motivation in life is like solely towards my job. But to be clear, when we say working hard, the hard work is like I sit in my fucking bedroom. I wake up at 10 a.m., 11 a.m.
Look at Twitter.
Sometimes 1 p.m. I look at Twitter for what's happening. I record a video. I'm recording audio. I'm writing something for like 4 or 5 hours. I'm streaming for 4 or 5 hours a day. Like, it's not like insane backbreaking work.
No, but
the creativity and what you do, like if you stop doing what you did on a 9 to 5 as like in your own mind, right? 8 people would be out of a job.
Yeah,
It's
well,
like
that's
the stress of having their entire livelihoods, like having a small like football team's worth of people and relying on.
Well, that's
you is-
that's like the biggest point of stress for me is just like part of the reason I want to do very well is like the money I make is proportionate to the money they make. So like, and like one of my employees has a kid. They all have like, you know, houses they take care of. One of my buddies has a girlfriend he supports. So it's like the more money I make, the more money they make. And so that's why I have on some of my stuff, we do a percentage model as opposed to anything else. Like on my second channel, my editor gets 40% of the revenue that I make because it's as hard as he works, it's as much money as he's willing to make. And so now he used to work for like the feds, just doing like websites and stuff. And now he makes like $10,000 a month, roughly on average, working for me. Just and he works hard. I mean, he's working like, you know, 10, 12-hour days editing YouTube videos every day. But once again, like the work we do is like, it's like I turn on a camera, I talk about bullshit that I'm interested in anyway. And also as far as like what I got into, like you can talk about like, oh, we got into such a young age, but like I came in at the right time. I was exposed to the right things early on. Like there are circumstances that I encountered that made me primed to do this.
Well, I will say don't discredit your work ethic because you are, if you individuals out there, it is like blue collar versus what he does, what we do. It is a completely different situation. Like, let's say you have a family. Your sole responsibility is like my wife and kid or just my child. And you're like, okay, I just have to take care of that individual. You just said it your best. You have to take care of 8 employees, make sure they're taken care of with contractors, with good.
Oh, look at him. He thinks he's people.
Yeah, everybody who works for me is fucking subhuman, just so you guys know. Like, listen, you will never.
Why is he sitting at the table?
Quiet.
But you're
Shut up! Start filming. Lucas, start filming.
Show dick.
There he goes. He starts filming.
Lucas, show dick. Let me see dick.
All my contractors are also part of my blood cult, where we do blood brothers, and then we show each other our dicks to make sure that we all have blackmail on each other. So to be clear, if I ever fire them, they're gonna have ample opportunity to destroy my life
But you're still crushing, like,
or make my life.
I got home at 6 a.m.
I've got a big weird dick.
From
It kind of looks
filming-
like it kind of looks like a
He's
zebra or like a
freak. Tom is
giraffe. Kind of
freak,
thing.
dude.
Very
He's weird.
specific.
Yeah.
He's so weird. I've gotten home at 6 a.m. from filming all day with him, and I go to sleep, and I'm like, oh, I feel like shit. This is horrible. And he's like, oh, he goes to record another video and micromanage like 4 other videos at 6 in the morning for the next 4 hours.
But even you just said, I got home at 6 a.m. and it continued to work. And I will say a lot of people in this job, or if they want this as a job, they don't understand the amount of work that goes in behind the scenes to make it successful. Because none of this was just handed to any of you. It's not, my favorite saying is like, you don't ride an elevator to the top. You take the stairs if you want to actually make it to the top. The elevator, shit's not going to mean anything and it's going to fail. Take the stairs, learning through process. That is how you'll be successful. And you guys, even at young ages, which I fucking love, is what you're crushing at right now.
Yeah, and you have to choose your path. Like you can build up it up on the side while you're doing another job, or you can dive in. Like I got my master's degree, became an elementary school art teacher, quit my job on June 18th, had backlogged like 8 videos, dove in completely. And at the 2-year mark of me having my channel, I was down $20,000 cumulatively. 6 months later, I broke even, and then now have a profitable channel. But most people, 18 months or 2 years in, I'm down 10,000, I'm down 15,000, I'm down 20,000. It's not working. In 2 more years, I'm going to be on 40,000. You know what I mean? You start getting negative.
So the reason that I feel lucky is because when I was, 13 years old, I was learning like Photoshop basics and stuff like that. And it's all from like YouTube tutorials, which is why college felt so worthless to me, because when I was 18 and 19, I was in school and they were like, instead of, I'm paying like $30,000 a year to be at this like private liberal arts college. And what they're showing me is the same YouTube tutorials that I was learning when I was 13 years old.
I have my master's. They show YouTube
literally
videos.
in fucking school. YouTube tutorials is what I was learning. And I was like, how do you not know Photoshop basics if you're interested in media at 18 years old? Like
One of the reasons I dropped out.
Yeah, it's just fucking stupid. And I think if I had gone for something different, like, I don't know, business or something, maybe that could have been
No,
more.
I was going.
No, I promise you, no, business is no different.
Really?
I was going to school for business pre-law at Campbell, and it was the same fucking.
I get to
which is
sit
why I
down
dropped
with
out.
business people, like masters in business, and I'm like, what are you fucking?
Well, I guess I just don't
talking
want to preach to people about college being bad, because I'm sure if you're like a doctor or something, there's probably
there-
a reason
no,
to go
I
to
would
school.
prefer my doctor have gone to college.
Yeah, I watched a YouTube
sometimes
video
you don't
on
get
his
it.
open heart surgery.
Sometimes you get a doctor.
doctor.
Sometimes you get a doctor that learned how to fix a subdural hematoma on Discord, and that's kind of a dark thing. But to be clear, like I had like 5 years kind of a head start where like I was living with my parents, I wasn't paying bills, I had a lot of free time to just do this shit.
Stop discounting yourself. You said I had a 5-year head
Well,
start.
I'm proud of what I did. I'm just saying it's like it's not all me. Like me and Brandon come from nice families, good families. We had like a decent
Great
situation.
parents.
If my dad had been like me or something, I imagine it would have been tough to do YouTube videos.
You're like, this tutorial's way harder to watch.
Or you could have been really good at Sonic fan fiction and done that whole fucking song and dance.
That's the other route you can go down sometimes, certainly.
Yeah, essentially what you're getting at, people make so much about like racial privilege and stuff, but I think parental privilege is the biggest privilege in the world, and we're blessed.
Having good parents
very
like
great
changes
parents.
your fucking life.
I don't even.
My favorite, I say this constantly, the best gift my parents ever gave me was the business mindset, because I came from a family of entrepreneurs. Like they really were about that life. And like I was told from day, to a degree it might be like mildly scarring to most children today, but like I was told like, hey, if you work for somebody else, you're a fucking loser.
Yeah.
You will own your own business. You will do your own thing. You will, and I'm like fucking like 9 years old. I'm like, I just like Star Wars, dude. Like I don't know what
Pokemon.
but like being taught how
Pokemon
to.
W9?
Yeah, they showed you the path, right? That's that's invaluable. Most people don't even think that the path is possible.
And it's a mindset, like seriously, because there are people who just think like their entire lives, public schooling and everything, they're just berated with get enough education so you can get a good enough job and retire at 65 with a pension of a reasonable amount, so you can maybe make enough money that you don't die starving.
That's the dream.
Well,
That's the American
Their
dream now.
and you're like,
I think there's a false sense of security, people getting like herd safety, where they think like if I just do all the right steps, if I do well in high school, if I go to college, if I get a job, I'm going to be fine. And for some people it does work out, but it seems increasingly for people in my generation, it doesn't work out. It doesn't always work out to go the basic path. And I'm not saying everybody should be a fucking YouTuber, but I'm just saying there are other options. There's no shame in like trade school and stuff like that. I know kids who went to trade
school is the way to
and
go
are doing
right now.
super
100%
well.
trades.
If YouTube didn't work out, I would just start welding or something, or like driving trucks, because those kids do super well. Kids I went to high school with who are like in trades are making more money than the kids who got college educated will ever make.
And I'm 10 years post high school. The trade people are killing it. They have homes. They're starting
Destroying
families.
it.
They have kids. Most of the college people are like trying to.
They're waiting tables. Yeah.
You are spending a lot of money to delay when you have to face the real world. That's what college is, 50% of the time nowadays. But like trade school, stuff like that, like if you have an actual marketable skill that real companies need, like if you know how to fucking weld and you're really good
Become
at
a
it.
fucking journeyman.
Jesus Christ, if you're 21, right? Like you can fucking get a really good paying salary at that. If you were just a really good TIG welder, fuck yeah, go for it.
You ever had a pipe break in your house, had to call a plumber? How fucking expensive it is?
Where do you think that money goes?
Right?
this is like my even you is a perfect example of you were teaching art school,
elementary school,
mastered.
Yep.
And then you're like, now I'm going to do something completely different. And you still say you're not comfortable in front of a camera. You just learned that trade.
Yeah, I'm definitely more of the like camera guy, editor type.
Yeah, because that's what you started with. You're like, I'd rather be behind the camera than in front of it. But you're like, I have to make this work by being in front of the camera. And now you're successful in that. You have fucking fantastic docs about it. And that was all self-taught.
I'm actually curious now. Where did you start with YouTube? What made you get into YouTube originally? Like what made you get in front of the camera?
What was the catalyst for it?
Yeah.
It's kind of dark. My brother passed away September 4th of 2019, and that was the first Thursday. I was a school teacher, and he was a technical sergeant in the Air Force, and he had a heart attack. And I just remember after he passed away, it was
Really?
like, it was very
No
devastating to my family and everything. And I was thinking like, damn, my brother did everything right. He was a technical sergeant, had his degree, and he was just living out like, oh, I can retire in like 6 more years or 5 more years. And I remember him saying that all the time. Then he had a heart attack, and I was like, I had gotten my master's degree, I hated it. And then when I was a teacher and I hated it, I was just thinking of my brother, like, damn, if I die when I'm 34, do I want to die as a teacher or do I want to die having, tried other things? And so there was just one Sunday in January where I went out and filmed a video about a massage parlor that was giving out hand jobs in my local town.
Just like your brother would have wanted.
What's your brother's name?
Kyle Delane, yeah.
Kyle. You're like, Kyle would want this.
Yeah.
This is for you, Kyle.
I was actually going to ask about that earlier when we were at lunch because it was just very prominent.
Yeah, this is the hourglass has his ashes in it. And
Well,
this is
thank you for Kyle's
chain
service.
he wore.
That's fucking amazing for what he did in the Air Force.
Yep, the Air Force.
What was it?
The most
What was the
badass
job?
branch. What?
Dude, he's the smartest
Air
branch.
power.
I will fucking, as a fucking dumbass that got shot, if you're wanting to go to any branch, the Air Force is the smart choice every goddamn time.
Glass Los Angeles.
Yeah, but I was just looking at like where my life was going, and I'm like, I don't know. The teaching thing wasn't for me. I taught in the hood, and I never gave myself the opportunity to just try something like YouTube because I was always going to school to be a teacher.
And you're not taught that mindset. It was like, try something new, try something adventurous, and try something out of your comfort zone was super foreign to you.
Yeah, my parents did not accept it at all because my mom's a teacher. My dad's the head of the IT department at the dental school in Baltimore. So they're like very well-to-do, and they're still like, hey, you should follow this job application to this day.
My mom wants me to go to college. Yeah.
Yeah, like to this day, our parents would be like, "Hey, you should go to this to get this degree, or what about this job?"
My dad actually gets it because he watches a lot of Joe Rogan, so he understands YouTubers as like a concept, and he's gotten more into it, and he knows like some of the people that I watch, like he likes like Tucker and Alex Jones and stuff like that. So he kind of gotten into that stuff, but
it's changed in the last like 5 years.
It has.
Really
and my dad is like 50, and he's like Gen X, but he's like younger Gen X, so he's like just on the cusp of like he gets like YouTube stuff, he gets that kind of shit. Yeah. My mom is from Bulgaria. She's an immigrant. She fucking YouTube shit is like, she's like, you did what? You like filmed with this Brandon guy about some like retard or something? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, okay, that is okay.
You film with retard? Why you do this?
Yeah, and she's still like ideally I think would like me to go to
Jesus,
school.
no wonder they won space race.
Das vidanya, Torgiton. But yeah, so she still wants me to go to school, but they are definitely proud of me, and you know, your parents are proud of you, I know, and they're glad that we're, you know, succeeding in a field, even if it's, you know, to my mother, not going to Dartmouth probably would be what she wanted me to do, but you know, sometimes it doesn't work out that way.
I'm definitely super thankful. But yeah, I think my brother thing was the catalyst for me to like come on camera more. I actually, fun fact, I went to the Carroll County Career and Tech Center, which was like an alternate school for art kids in high school, and I originally joined the video production class, but when I found out I had to be on camera, I dropped out and joined the print production. That's
the fucking irony of that.
That's how uncomfortable I was. But still, you can kind of see it in the nature of my content. Most of it is like interview based, directing the focus to other people.
I can say for sure though, when I film with him, like being on camera is so draining for him. Like, like by the end of it, you're like, I'm gonna fucking go sleep for 10 hours.
I'm pretty introverted.
I do see it that like I can see it even just in Unsub. Like for me, like sometimes a lot of my content is like, you know, desk video stuff, and I know it's the same for you. It's like, unless I have a script, like it is so fucking draining to be on alone. But when you have an interview or when you're talking to other people, especially like when I'm amongst friends, like people, like my favorite people on the fucking planet, like it's easier to just like let yourself out of your shell and just talk.
Yeah. You know, like get lost in the moment, have fun. You don't even realize, like, we're on a podcast right now. I haven't even thought about that we're filming.
Exactly.
And that's the key to it. It's not feeling like it's draining, because I'm an introvert.
Yeah, I could tell he was introverted more than I thought when I first met you.
Dude, this stuff is the most draining goddamn thing in the world. When it is like, especially with interactions with people or like any of those, it is, we will walk back and just sit there and be, we've had many stories. We'll just like break apart from the crowd and we just sit in the back room. We're like, you want a shot? Yeah, I'll do a shot, bro.
It'll be us three in a fucking hotel room. We exchange 80 words over an hour. Just kind of hanging out.
These beds are kind of cold, huh? Yep.
The hardest shit in the world.
What's on Twitter today? Not much. All right.
No.
See you later.
Last trip I did with Tom, I went like autistic mute.
He did?
Yeah.
Do we want to talk about that?
Yeah, you can.
Wait, hold on. Cody, close this out. If you want to know about autistic mute, check it out in the after show. We're going to do 10, 20 minutes of that.
Bye, everyone. Thank you for joining the Unsubscribed podcast. I'm joined today by Eli Double Tap, Brandon Buckingham, Brandon Herrera, and Turkey Tom, myself, Donut. Check us out everywhere.